You tuned in to the Rainbow Affair magazine exclusive with your editor-in-chief. DiamondKesawn. Tune in and catch up with all things RAmag at www.rainbowaffairmagazine.com.
So tonight, sitting here with the girl behind the microphone. Hey, Kia.
Hello. What's good with you?
How are you?
I am well. Excited to be here.
Yes, excited to have you. So do me this favor. For those who may not know just yet, please give us a formal introduction to Kia the comedian.
Well, I am Kia Comedy. I am from Alabama. I am a LGBTQ advocate, activist, and comedian and educator. All right, I'm just an all-around busybody in the community. But my main thing is comedy, because so often the best way to approach things is with laughter. So I talk about real issues, and I just throw in a little bit of comedy there. So that's who I am. That's what I do. If you haven't heard of Kia Comedy yet, you need to get with the program. Check me out.
Yes. So do me this favor. Take me back to the beginning. How did you first get introduced to comedy to the magnitude that it drew you in?
Well, like I said, I am an educator, and it all started with my colleagues, my coworkers, just telling me, you're funny, you should try to do comedy. I grew up in a silly family. There are 13 of us. So it was always a lot of jokes. But
Come on, 13.
13, I'm number 12 or 13.
Yes, godmother.
Yes. So my coworkers just kept encouraging me on. I had another coworker who had an actual comedy show called Laugh Your Class Off. I took his stage one time, and it was Love at First Laugh. And I just kept getting better and doing better, and more opportunity came, and I just loved it. And after a while, it became just my everything. Like, I don't even teach full time anymore.
Wow.
Comedy is life. This is what I do now, and I love it.
So now, I was raised by saying sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying. What does that mean to you, being that you are the comedian on the other side of that microphone? I'm sure you have to understand that to a whole different degree than just me as a consumer.
Oh, absolutely. Because so many things that I've gone through, and even growing up, there wasn't any crying. You just, put on your big girl panties and keep it moving. You just have to laugh it off, shake it off. And even with the content of my comedy, although it's jokes, a lot of it is about really serious issues. And I'm not going to sit there and lecture you. I draw parallels and make comparisons to kind of make it make sense about real life issues, what's going on in our community, not just the LGBTQ community, but what's going on with women and African Americans or any disenfranchised minorities. It is a serious laugh to keep from. It's a serious laugh to keep. That's a tongue twister, right?
Yes. Okay.
It's a serious laugh to keep from crying situation, because I talk about the issues, but you're still gonna leave laughing.
Okay. Now I want to know this for you, being an LGBTQ comedian. I want to say, what does it mean? But I really want to know, what does it mean for you? Because I know my generation, we don't talk about how old I am, girl, but growing up, I didn't see any. And even today, there are some, but they're not common. There's not a large base, so to speak. So what does it mean for you as a black female, but also as a black LGBTIQ female, to really be making strides in such a, I don't know, they say the comedy field is a male-dominated field also. So what does that mean to you to really be like, you know what, she's winning?
Right. Well, when I first started off, I ran into a couple other LGBTQ comedians, and their main thing to me was, don't become labeled and boxed into just the LGBTQ community.
Okay.
Don't do that. I wouldn't even write any jokes about that. All types of comedians have told me that just to kind of stay away from it and don't let that be my brand.
Okay.
But to me, I think when to whom much is given, much is expected.
Hey.
How could I have this huge platform and not speak out about the issues that I'm experiencing? And if I'm doing so well and making all of this progress, but I am ashamed of my sexuality, what message does that send to the kids who are watching me? I don't understand that. I cannot only live half of my truth. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Wow.
I have to tell my story. I cannot ignore the struggles that I went through when I know that there are kids out there who are looking for someone just like me. So hiding that and denying that, I couldn't be free on stage if I just lied about who I am.
Right.
Or not even just lying, but leaving out that truth. Why? Why? What's the point of it? My community shows me so much love, and I try to represent them and make everybody proud. I love my community, and I would never just act like that's not who I am or not even mention it. We've been in the closet long enough.
Hello. I'm still hiding. So listen, right? So, and I love that you said this because we're about to take it back. We're about to really get to know the person, but for that younger generation out there who does look up to you because you aspire to inspire, you know,
Right.
what was your coming out story like? Take us back 5 years ago to when you was like 18, you know.
Man, it's not even just a story, it's a journey.
Wow.
I used to be a beauty queen. I
What?
used to do all kind of.
You was a pageant
I
girl.
was a pageant girl.
Come
Even
on.
in college, I was homecoming queen.
Wow.
Like, I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Ooh.
Did Junior Miss and all of that, and I was living a double life for so
Okay.
long to make everybody else happy. So I have to say, I think I was more so pushed out of the closet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I joined my sorority and someone vandalized the board.
Wow.
Our bulletin board. They had a picture of me up there and somebody wrote Dyke, and just a lot of questions started. I actually left college and went and did an internship at Walt Disney World. While I was there, I cut off my hair, and so when I came back, it was like certified.
Right.
It was just it was a process
Okay.
of, my goodness, like questions from my family, to the point where one day I just called my mom and I said, Mom, I need to tell you something, I'm a lesbian. And she said, well, okay, I'm about to go in this basketball game, so I'll talk to you later. That was it.
Wow.
That was it. I just, yeah, it was a process. I was raised Pentecostal, so
Hey.
that wasn't a conversation to have. I got pushed out, and I don't want anybody else to have to go through that living that double life, having to live a lie, like having different outfits depending on what community you're
Right.
in, and even different nicknames. I was Tasha, and to all the young ladies out there, I want to let you know that Tasha apologizes. Kia is a changed woman, okay?
Wow. Wow, that is deep.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. So BET had this documentary recently, Hall If You Hear Me, Black and Gay in Church. And you brought up being raised Pentecostal. Do you feel that your church upbringing added to the fact of you playing the double life, or was it more personal?
It was definitely my church upbringing, because, like, I can remember being a little girl, like elementary school, and I knew that something was different. I can remember coming home from Sunday school and crying because I knew that I was different.
Right.
I did not know what it meant to be attracted to someone, to like someone, to be straight or gay, but I knew that I was different. I liked little girls. I had a crush on a girl in kindergarten. And I just, there were always things said. I was always told that was wrong, that was an evil spirit, that was the devil, and I knew that it wouldn't be accepted. There was one gay couple. They weren't even together. There was just a rumor, and they would always be ostracized. They were always the ones that got joked on.
Wow.
And I just knew that wasn't what I wanted to be. I knew I couldn't do that and get into heaven. So definitely my upbringing had a lot to do with that.
Wow. So here we are, years later, and Kia is making it do what it do.
Yes.
What do you say, being an educator, being an activist, as well as being funny, honey, okay? Mm-hmm. How do you deal with that generation that's going to go through exactly what you went through? What are your personal words of encouragement? Because you know, like I know, it's not easy to come out, and you risk possibly losing your whole family, at least for a while. And you know, you feel like no one understands your story. So now that you've expressed, obviously, that not only do you understand it, you lived it, what are those words that, you know, how they always say, if I would have known then, what would I know now, kind of thing? What can you give back to them?
It gets better.
I like that.
Everything that you're going through right now, it feels like the world, but the world is so much bigger and brighter and better, and you can find a happy place. You can find happiness with who you are, and you don't have to just lie or give any of that up. Just be you, be proud of who you are, be safe, and know that it gets better. But the up and coming generation, they do have a huge advantage because
everybody gay.
Right. I didn't grow up seeing lesbian and gay couples on TV.
Right.
I didn't grow up around that. Or especially being in the schools, there are kids who already identify as gay now in elementary school.
Right.
So they have a huge advantage. They don't have to be voiceless anymore. I grew up thinking I was like the only one.
Right.
But now they see there are people out there who are living and are happy. So just live your truth. Let your light shine more so than anything else, because we are creative.
Yeah.
Let your light shine. Get in the theater, get in the band, get in the choir. Whatever you want to do, just know that it gets better.
So speaking of letting your light shine, honey, because yours is shining bright like a diamond, okay?
Thank you. I'm trying.
I want to know from you, because you said to us that you're no longer teaching full time. Mm-hmm. I really want to hear, what was it like when you decided to leave the, you know, what people consider job security,
right,
and walk into the industry full time, not knowing exactly what the future had in store for you?
Well, number one, a lot of that has to do with my wife, because she is very supportive. She believes.
Hey, wife.
Right?
How you doing?
She believed in me, and she said, you know, I was having to miss work for other things anyway, for comedy, and I wasn't able to focus and dedicate myself to my passions like I need to be. So I told myself when I got so busy that I missed like 3 appointments that I would know that it was time.
Wow.
And it just became time, like just stepping out on faith and not having those benefits and that vacation time,
right,
that guaranteed summer pay, but it's like a work of love. I have never been happier. I don't miss the classroom at all. I still get to interact with the kids. I still substitute sometimes, but it was just stepping out on faith, and it's been beautiful. Like every week, another opportunity presents itself.
Wow!
I have so many shows booked. I'm constantly booking other things, and now I don't have to say, "Well, I can't come that Wednesday because I have to work." It's just I'll be there.
Right.
And that's what it is. You just have to believe and make it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not sitting around. It's like constant work. I wake up on this. I go to sleep on this. It's a constant work. It's not a coincidence that I've gained this momentum. It takes work and dedication and talent.
Hello. Can you say that last part again?
Right, because some people just
push it on you.
Like,
I just feel like that. Listen, you know, I'm a realist, and you know, people say I'm funny or whatever. But I just feel like I cannot stand up in front of a room of people and make them laugh. So somebody one day was like, "Ooh, make me laugh. And I say, child, what I look like? And I commend people like you because, baby, you sit up there on that stage with that light shining on you and that mic in your hand, and you make the room bust out in laughter. For those few minutes, they forget about all their problems and they literally live in the moment.
I love it.
So kudos, because baby, I can't do it, girl. I can't do it.
I love it.
So now, speaking of living in the moment, you know, for you, as you build and grow and the brand becomes stronger and you tackle the whole world, in your mind, in the perfect world, what does the next 5 years look like for you?
The next 5 years. What does the next 5 years look like? Well, number one, we are planning a family.
Ooh.
Just like Janet Jackson.
Yes.
I'm not gonna throw any Janet Jackson jokes there. Not gonna talk about her having her own grandkids because I love Janet Jackson.
Yes.
I do. But we are planning a family. But as far as Kia Comedy is concerned, or Kenzie and Kia, we have a couple shows coming out with SBTV Network.
Oh wow!
I would like to see where that goes. I would like to be able to work in film and on TV. I would like to be able to tour with other LGBTQ acts because a lot of times it's difficult for us to get that exposure and experience that it takes to cross over to mainstream. So I would like right now I'm touring, but it's not a set tour with the same acts from city to city. Wherever I go, my community shows me so much love and they build shows around me. So I create opportunity for other people to perform as well, which I love, but I would like to be able to tour and still continue to kind of do the same thing. I think a lot of the entertainers, a lot of the people, the LGBTQ celebrities they're kind of not being taken advantage of because I know they want that spotlight, but they're just using that one thing about them and kind of spicing it up a little bit. I just want to be able to live as an example that we're just people, we're just normal people out there living. So
come
I would
on,
like to do
ordinary
TV.
people.
Right, we're just ordinary people. I would like to do film. I would like to do TV. I want to write more. I would love to publish my autobiography. I'm also working on a book with my mom.
Come on, mother.
Right? Oh my goodness! Now that's a story to tell. My Pentecostal.
So wait, tell me some sequel. Don't give the whole cow away. But this story with mother, is it going to be true to life or are we going to crazy stuff? Okay.
It's true to life because a lot of times it seems like the religious argument is one way or the other.
Right.
Either you're with this or you're against us.
Right.
And at first with my mom, with my parents, it was bumpy. But it has been a process, and it's been a beautiful process to see my mom just accept us and say, you know, I don't care, you're my daughter, I love you unconditionally. My mother called me on the day of my wedding and said, I love you unconditionally, but I cannot stand against my beliefs.
Wow.
And we've gone from that journey to, like, we're welcome. And when she calls and checks on both of us. And,
wow.
You know, we are addressed as Mrs. and Mrs. McCall Barnes. It's just been a beautiful journey of this acceptance and seeing her get past that and just accepting that God is love, not any of that other stuff. So she cannot, accepting that she can't tell me how to live. And even me getting past it because I had that animosity as well because that's the environment that taught me to hate myself.
Right.
So just understanding and accepting mutually. It's gonna be a beautiful story though. Some of these processes that we've gone through and we continue to go through. The overall message being that a lot of times you'll ask God to change your situation or change a person in the situation and not realize that God has put you in this situation to change you.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's deep.
I love it. I love it.
Come on.
That's a Dr. Barnes right
you
there.
You ain't playing, honey. So now, let's bring it on back because you get all deep. Everybody about to start crying and stuff, right? So I want to play a game with you. So we're going to get to know you. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Honey, you got to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, okay?
I got you.
In the world of being a comedic talent, If you could go head for head with any comedian and just have fun, who would it be?
Shantae Wayans.
Hey, Shantae.
Hey, Shantae Wayans. Challenge!
All right, so we calling out Shantae on the low, honey, you know. Now, for you, I know that you said you tell a story and you take from your life and you bring it to the stage. Are there any particular elements for you that you enjoy bringing to the stage the most?
Talking about interracial marriage, or talking, we get to talk about everything within that sphere. Talk about racism, talk about stereotypes. Like, I love it. I love to be able to hop on these things and give them a little bit of what they expect and then just completely turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
So I love talking about race, interracial marriage, or even gay marriage. That's my thing right there. Because everybody leaves out like, wait a minute, that makes a lot of sense. It was funny, but that makes a lot of sense.
On this journey of love, struggle, pain, laughter, tears, happiness, all of the above, is there anything that you would change?
Is there anything that I would change? No. I think everything that I've experienced served a purpose.
Definitely.
All of the hardships is part of my story. And I'm able to talk about it now on this platform to help other people know that they're not alone, and to let them know, not just the kids, because there are grown folks who still put on the horse and pony show when they go home for the holidays.
Yeah, you know.
Right? So to just...
We know a couple.
Right? Exactly. They
hang with us and carry, but the moment they walk on about presents, honey.
Exactly.
They go back to the pulpit. No shade.
Exactly. So that no regrets. No regrets. All the ups and downs, they make me stronger.
Right. Now, off the record, between me and you, ain't nobody listening, not your wife. If your wife gave you a hall pass for one day, honey, you got a hall pass. However, the only exception is it has to be used with a celebrity. Woo! You got 24 hours. Who would it be?
Cookie Lion.
Baby,
Not
if you don't come on, but a cookie.
Cookie Lion, okay.
Girl, absolutely. You want to be the cookie monster.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. Cookie.
You ain't no good. I can't deal with you.
Baby, he made me say that. I'm telling you. Everybody like cookies.
You ain't never lied. You know I love me some Chip Ahoy's and Oreo, girl.
That's what I was talking about.
Now, I want to know from you, being an educator and an activist, it means that you stand for something. What is that something that really irks your nerve currently when it comes to our educational system and minorities?
I am very disturbed about how the language barrier is addressed as a learning disability, because those kids are pushed into these English as a second language classes and just pushed aside like they're not valuable, and that's just another way of discriminating against these immigrants. That's what's happening. It's a segue into special ed, and I cannot. It bothers me every time. Like that's what I'm seeing going on in education, because it's not even a money thing.
Right.
Because in subbing, I actually sub in 3 different counties.
Okay.
I have Fulton, Gwinnett, and Atlanta Public Schools.
Come on.
So very, very different demographics,
Mm-hmm.
very, very different socioeconomic situations, but still, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to begin to address it, because Atlanta Public Schools, I've had some of my absolute worst experiences, but they make all the money. They make more money than any of the teachers in Georgia.
Wow.
Some of the nicest facilities I've seen, more money for those kids, but still, it's like, I know what it is. Parents there needs to be that respect for teachers that there once was. Now we are looked at as enemies or as squares, you know. When you have people putting out movies saying, well, the garbage man made more than the teacher.
Right.
Or acting like the teacher is the enemy or your teacher is a hater, throw some D's on it. That doesn't need to be the case. You need to know that when someone goes to school for 4 years and dedicates themselves to a profession where they already know what they're going to top out at, they already know they're going to have to deal with all this extra, that's not your enemy. That's someone who's trying to give back. That respect needs to be given back to teachers, that appreciation and knowing that we're not the enemy. There's a reason that those teachers are cheating.
Right.
And it's not just their paycheck. Can you imagine giving your students the answer on the test and they still get it wrong?
Hello.
That is the reality. I can't fix the education system, but I can definitely tell you there are a lot of things wrong. Virtual learning, that's a trap. Virtual learning, have them sit in front of computers. They have to learn to engage and interact with others.
Right.
And that stuff is so formulaic. Life isn't formulaic. So virtual learning is definitely a problem in education as well.
Oh, you all educated and stuff. Oh, I like you. Come on, Yale. So now, I want to know this. If I was to go get in your car right now and turn the speakers up, who's playing?
Rihanna.
Hey, you want to play my word? Okay.
Yes,
You part of that Navy.
Oh, yeah. I need a little translator, though, because I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
Yes.
So it's a lot of bitches. I don't know.
Okay, Rihanna. Come on, Rihanna. So tell me, in your personal life, are you more of a Netflix and chill kind of person or a Hulu and head kind of person? Ooh!
Hulu and head. Every day. That's.
You know, I love me some Hulu. Yes, Hulu is my thing. You know, I got all my shows and no commercials.
I'm a busybody. I'm a busybody at home now, though, because I used to have that energy out in the streets. But I'm a busybody at home now. So, yes, I still have that energy. The energy is never low.
So you've been domesticated?
I have been domesticated.
Shout out to your wife.
Shout out to
she the real MVP of the night, okay?
Yes, I love that woman. I do the cooking and all of that. That's Big Daddy.
So you just make me sick. I was in the middle of a question. Lord have mercy.
It's true. I respect my wife.
So let's get personal for a moment. Are you ready? I'm about to shock your world. I don't believe in love. Hello. Did y'all catch that bass? So, tell me this. How did you know it was love?
How did I know it was love? I was a womanizer and a serial monogamist.
Really?
For a while. I was in these streets. And I met a lot of lovely ladies that had a lot of amazing things going for them. But when I met my wife, it was just different. It was different. She treats me differently. Like, I've been spoiled before. I've been in situations where I could have and do whatever in the world I wanted to. But it was just different. The feeling was different. The way we work together is different. She proposed to me within the first 3 months.
Are you serious?
I have been proposed to a couple times before by other women, and I was never even tempted to say yes. I never thought about forever before, but it was different with her, which is also interesting because I was always very Afrocentric. It's like the last thing that anybody saw happening, and the last thing anyone expected. My friends, even me, but it's just a different type of love. She makes me believe. I say all the time, like, I still feel like I fall deeper in love with her every day.
Oh, So you still falling in love?
I am. It's a beautiful thing. It's not just lust. It's not just a momentary like flash. It's love. Even through the hardships, it just makes our love stronger.
Come on, love. You about to make me try to find some love. So now we got this love going on, right? Now, they say that you know if it's meant to be within the first 15 minutes of meeting a person. Being that you're married and you used to be a womanizer and you was in those streets and in those jeans, hello somebody.
Hello somebody.
Do you think that saying is true?
In the first 15 minutes. So... When I first met her, I always dated films.
Okay.
And she's very andro like me. So she had on her basketball shorts and little like tank top, and I was trying to figure out if we were gonna be friends. I was like, this is my homie.
She gave you lumpy basketball teams. Come on, kid.
Yeah. So it was confusion, but that allowed me to get to know her as a person and not just figure out what I'm gonna say to get her
in them jeans.
Exactly. So that's how it happened.
So I feel like what you just told me, I'm gonna be your translator real quick for you now. I feel like you said to me that she caused you to come out of your comfort zone into something that you never expected, and see what could be expected, and you got the unexpected. Okay,
exactly.
Did I just sum it up for you?
Exactly. That's really what happened. Yeah, hey, I don't know, gave me straight love and basketball. You nailed all of that.
Now, as a LGBTQ female, how do you feel when it comes to these, I don't know if I'm saying categories or descriptions, but when everyone tries to put you in a box, you're a dom, you're a femme, you're a stud, you're a stem, you're confused, like, you know, do you identify with any of those terms? And if so, or if not, what's your take on them?
I identify as a stud, and I talk about it all the time just as a joke, because anyone that knows me knows that I'm a lovely lady of Alpha Kappa Alpha School Incorporated. Like, I have pearls and I have ties. You know, I have just as many tie clips as I have earrings. I am a woman. I do think that people there's no reason to box yourself in. I just never fit into any of those boxes, you know. Right. When I first started dating women, I didn't even know that it's supposed to be studs and femmes, so I was looking at the muscles and stuff, you know. So they would say, let's go play basketball. I thought they meant let's go hunch. I was like the best defensive player ever.
Stop it.
I was all mixed up.
Stop it.
I don't know, categories are for clothes or something, not people. Okay. Do what you feel, like who you like. I see that a lot though. People ask all the time, like with Kenzie, not just men, because straight men will ask that, which one of you is the boy? But we even get that from lesbians, like which one of y'all is like, who is daddy?
Well, no, because okay, so I'm gonna put it out there. I'm 31, and you know I'm part of that culture. We had a talk about them, and I promise you, it wasn't until I was about 24 the first time I heard verse. So in my eyes, I was like, "Oh, you confused? You don't know what you want." Like, first of all, I was like, "How could it be?" Because I couldn't even fathom the thought of flip-flopping. And I was just like, Then when it came to lesbians, my best friend, she's a lesbian, you know, she's a femme, her girlfriend's a dom, you know, they fit in the perfect picture, so to speak. So when we would see like the girl with the hooping shorts and a perm, we were like, oh, she a stem, half stud, half femme. And it was like our joke. We didn't know 10 years later it would be an actual thing, honey, okay? But, right. So I get it, and it's like, okay, you know what, forget it. At the end of the day, I am who I am regardless of the look. Right. So, you know, just get into it. Now I want to know this from you, because a lot of lesbians tend to be very opinionated about this, so I want to hear it from you. a female who's bisexual.
No.
What?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So, you answered the question. Do you feel a female can be bisexual?
Oh yeah, I mean you can be bisexual. It's just never been my cup of tea.
Right. So you don't accept it for your partner.
Yeah, not for my partner. If that's what you like, to each his own. I can't tell you what to do in your bedroom with your vajayjay.
Hello.
Make it happy, whatever it takes to do so. As long as you're not hurting anybody else. But just for me, that it would be very difficult for me to even imagine dating someone who I knew was bisexual, because I can't be getting in there and I know what just left, what could have possibly just left.
Right.
It might be some leftovers or something. I can't.
Oh my, you know what? I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for them and everything. It's just not for me.
Right.
They exist. I don't think they're greedy. I know that sexuality is fluid. I get that. Just. I don't know.
To the side. That side out.
Right? Like.
One good time for the vibe.
Right? Like, so how can I beef with your ex and your ex might body slam me for real, like over his head?
You're so stupid.
That's not going to work out for me, so.
I'm done with you. So listen, as we learn and we love and we grow with you, do you think you'll ever, because I just feel like you the pioneer, everything, right? So can I ever expect a Queens of Comedy, the lesbian version or something?
Absolutely.
I'm coming.
Absolutely.
I'm coming to every stop you got.
Absolutely. We just filmed Queer Comedy Jam.
Come on.
Which was all LGBTQ comedians. Had Jen Snyder, Ian Aber, Brent Starr, Bob Kilo, and we flew in Samson McCormick from LA. Awesome act, and just trying to give us that spotlight, give us that experience and exposure. We have to make a way for ourselves, because if not, we just end up playing this stereotypical role. So absolutely, I would love to. Shantae Wayans, again, did you hear that, Shantae?
Listen, as you give me the Queens of Comedy, I heard you've been acting.
Oh.
I heard you've been in front of the camera. You want to tell me something?
I am not there yet. I am working on it. I've been on some auditions, but I genuinely respect artists, and that is an art, and that is a profession, and that's something that I'm trying to build up in. I don't want to just walk out there half-cocked. So acting classes, yes, but as far as already doing this, I'm taking my time with that. I'm taking my time. Because
I got a petition going, because the lady said they want to see you on Studville TV. So I got this petition going around. I hope you're ready, because all I need is 1,500 and I'm at 1,459. Okay? So you's about to be it.
Studville TV, huh?
But no, tell me this. Talk to that talent out there who's ready to step foot on a stage and make the world laugh at their pain, their happiness, their joy, their life. Give them those first words of encouragement.
Tell your story. Tell your truth. Be unique. Be you. Don't feel like you have to follow anyone's formula. And pay attention to your audience. That's about it. Don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot do, who you can or cannot be. As long as you are living your truth, you're not taking away from or hurting anybody else. The sky's the limit. Do you?
Now, you said something very interesting. You said, pay attention to your audience. Pay attention to your audience. I got to ask you, you used to be in a whole other world. Have you ever walked on a stage and the set you had prepared didn't match who was out there?
Absolutely.
So first of all, let's talk about this. How is that possible? And then how do you just adjust at the last minute?
So, you just perform over and over again to the point where all of it is right there.
Okay.
And you can pull from it and already know, well, this audience, they look like they'll like this. They'll like the church jokes. but they won't like the dildo jokes.
Right.
Like just last week, I walked out on stage and there was a woman sitting in front who looked just like my great auntie.
Come on, great auntie.
White hair and all, and it threw me off. I couldn't run the material that I had prepared, so I just pulled from something else. But every joke is not for every audience. Even though you're gonna have a lot of people say, just do you, do you, do you. You're not there for you, you're also there for your audience. They matter more. So pay attention to your audience. Your audience has to be engaged. It's just like in the classroom. I can know that I have excellent material to deliver to these students that they need to know to be successful in life. But if it's not for them right then and there, and I know they're not in a place where they're ready for that, then there's no point.
Right.
I might have some topics that I know some audience members will be uncomfortable with, and I have to kind of tiptoe around and pull them in and let them know that they're safe first before I approach that material. But pay attention to your audience. I cannot stand watching a comedian run through all of their stuff just because they prepared it and they don't care that their audience isn't having a good time. Your audience needs to be enjoying themselves.
Come on, give it to them. And of course, we gotta know, where can we find you at in this world, in this land of social media?
Oh, well, absolutely. On Instagram, I am Kia Comedy. Twitter, Kia Comedy. I have a Facebook fan page, Kia Comedy. So you can find me all over social media. I'm also on Periscope and YouTube as Kia Comedy.
She doesn't Periscope.
I will be Periscoping more.
I want to teach her.
Yes, he's going to teach me to Periscope.
Y'all stay tuned. And of course, you got to do them ultimate shout outs to the team, to the family, to the ones you love who hold you down. Let them know.
My wife, my family, my sisters and brothers. We always do a group chat and conference calls, and they provide me with so much material. To all my students who, whether you know it or not, you provide me with so much material. My college professors, all the people who just show me support and love. And I've only had one person who said, like, you take that seriously, and that person didn't even know me. It's all been positivity. I want to thank the universe because I'm just a happier person, and I do this for you guys. I do it for you. I could have stayed in the classroom if it was just about me, but I'm trying to live as an example and to spread a message of love and positivity, and that's the truth. So thank you to everybody who helps me make this happen.
Are you looking for the world's most relevant music, up-to-the-minute news, and today's best entertainment? Look no further than RainbowAffairMagazine.com. They offer amazing music reviews, music videos, great tips on today's hottest fashions, and so much more. Visit RainbowAffairMagazine.com and get exciting celebrity updates and today's breaking news headlines. It's all here, it's all fresh, and it's all yours. That's RainbowAffairMagazine.com. Submit your music, your videos, even get featured in the magazine. Check out Rainbow, RAYNBOW, affairmagazine.com. It's the #1 LGBT magazine on the planet.